Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Sister Wives world has always thrived on drama, heartbreak, shifting loyalties, and explosive revelations, but nothing could have prepared fans, critics, or even the Brown family themselves for the latest courtroom bombshell that has turned the family story upside down. A secret will that reportedly changes everything they thought they knew about inheritance, Kody Pass, finances, and the fragile balance of power in their fractured polygamous clan, and as whispers swirl from Flagstaff courtrooms and social media sleuths who dig relentlessly through documents, the reality of what this means for Kody Brown, his estranged wives, and the children is beginning to dawn in real time, painting a picture that is darker, more shocking, and more emotionally charged than anything TLC cameras ever caught on film, because if the rumors are true, then the secret will is not just about money, property, or land. It's about betrayal, legacy, favoritism, and the final proof of who Kody Brown has always loved and chosen above all others. The complex history of the Brown family's finances, which have long been a source of conflict both on and off screen, is at the center of the courtroom bombshell. Fans have long accused Robyn of being the favorite wife, who benefited from Kody's devotion, from the Flagstaff mansion to the jewelry to the unwavering defense Kody provided, and it appears that all of those suspicions have been confirmed in the most brutal way possible with this secret will, as sources indicate that it heavily favors Robyn and her children, leaving the other wives and their children feeling caught off guard and devastated. The courtroom has become the scene of long-simmering resentment that finally erupted into legal chaos. The will was not intended to be made public yet, according to people familiar with the proceedings. However, during a contentious court battle over Kody Pass and unpaid debts, an attorney purportedly produced the will, asserting that it was signed by Kody years ago, long before his marriages to Mary, Janelle, and Christine completely fell apart. What's even more shocking is the timing. If Kody wrote this will while maintaining his public declaration that he valued each wife equally, then his private intentions show a man who is already preparing for a future in which Robyn was the only real partner in his eyes. This effectively erased decades of promises to the other women who gave up their youth, money, and emotional health to start a family. Online fans exploded when rumors of the will surfaced, with Reddit threads exploding overnight and TikTok creators analyzing the potential ramifications. They pointed out that Kody has long insisted on the idea of fairness, while continuously acting in ways that go against it, from leaving Janelle in an RV on Kody Pass to investing in Robyn's house. If the will is genuine, it proves beyond a reasonable doubt that favoritism was the original intention. According to reports, Christine's name was conspicuously missing from the list of beneficiaries associated with Kody Pass in the courtroom. This reportedly shocked onlookers because, in addition to raising 6 children with Kody, Christine was once promised her own plot on the property. Janelle, who paid more for family expenses than any wife, reportedly found out that her share consisted of nothing more than ambiguous promises of debt settlement rather than actual property rights, which left her in tears, according to an eyewitness who said the atmosphere in the room changed as soon as the document was read aloud. The first wife, Mary, also looked deeply hurt because, although she had been with Kody the longest and had the legal marriage for many years before Robyn took over, her position in the will seemed almost symbolic, with little to no real inheritance flowing to her. This caused outrage among Sister Wives fans who have long empathized with her resiliency and loneliness, but the real shocker, the line that made the courtroom gasp, was the sweeping transfer of Kody Pass land and other assets into trusts tied to Robyn and her children. This effectively ensured that Robyn's branch of the family would always control the legacy, regardless of what happened between Kody and his other wives. The entire Brown family story was rewritten as a single, protracted scam in which Mary, Janelle, and Christine were stepping stones to a life created for Robyn. Now, in 2025, with the family broken up, this secret has become the ultimate betrayal that justifies years of suffering. This revelation sparked a heated debate not only in the courtroom but also in the larger Sister Wives fandom, where viewers accused Kody of betraying his original wives in favor of the new ones. The fallout is already massive. Mary, who has been coming to terms with her independence, may have to fight to secure what little of her share is left. Janelle, still struggling financially after leaving the marriage, is reportedly incensed that decades of her contributions have essentially been erased, and Christine, who remarried and started a new life with David Woolley, is reportedly consulting lawyers about whether she has any legal standing to contest the will on behalf of her children. Kody and Robyn, the couple who claim to have been rejected by their family, must now deal with the fact that the will portrays them as the masterminds of a scheme that left out everyone else. Although they might profit financially, their reputations could suffer greatly as fans come to view them as cunning, avaricious, and heartless rather than misunderstood. Hashtags like #RobynWins, #CodyExposed, #JusticeForJanelle have been trending on social media, and commenters have pointed out that the will explains everything from Robyn's mansion to her incessant sobs about wanting family unity. Perhaps she was crying because she knew she already had the golden ticket. Given that Kody legally removed half of the family from the picture, some fans speculate that this may be the end of Sister Wives as a TLC show. Others, however, think TLC will make the most of the courtroom drama by turning seasons 19 or 20 into a legal saga about inheritance, betrayal, and who actually owns Coyote Pass, creating a reality TV courtroom crossover that could rival any soap opera. Beyond the drama, The Secret will also brings up significant issues regarding morality, legality, and polygamy. For example, if a patriarch can legally favor one wife while emotionally rejecting the others, what does that say about the promises made to polygamous women, and how many years of sacrifice can be erased with a single stroke of the pen? This shocking revelation may be the last piece of evidence that Mary, Janelle, and Christine's years with Kody were based on delusions, and it serves as a sobering reminder to their kids that favoritism extends beyond bedtime tales and holiday customs and is enshrined in legal documents that will determine their future. This is the most explosive chapter in Sister Wives history and the most obvious proof, yet that the show's main love story was never plural. It was always singular, and its name was Robyn. In the end, the courtroom bombshell of The Secret will does more than just alter the family's financial situation. It rewrites the show's history by rephrasing every argument, every heartbreaking confession, and every claim of love and unity as part of a lengthy game where Robyn was always the endgame. The revelation of The Secret didn't just stun the courtroom the moment. Its aftershocks have begun to ripple outward, shaking every corner of the Brown family's fragile world, igniting bitter confrontations, private strategy meetings with attorneys, and heated debates among fans who have followed this family for over a decade. And while some family members have been blindsided, others are already plotting their next moves as they realize that the discovery of this could mean not only the redistribution of property, but also a complete reshaping of relationships, reputations, and the Sister Wives brand itself, which has been built on the illusion of equality that is now shattered beyond repair, because if the will proves to be authentic and legally binding, then the entire financial backbone of the family tilts permanently in favor of Kody and Robyn, leaving Christine, Janelle, and Mary effectively erased from the future they once worked so hard to build, and that realization has created a storm of emotions ranging from rage to heartbreak to icy determination to fight back. Although Christine has publicly stated that she is done with Kody and has happily remarried, she is still upset about what this means for her 6 children, especially for daughters like Isabel and Truly, who once sacrificed so much for their father only to be left out of his legacy. According to people close to her in Utah, Christine has started discreetly speaking with attorneys about her options, attempting to determine whether she can challenge the will on the grounds that community property was handled improperly, that verbal promises were made on camera regarding Coyote Pass, and that her years of unpaid labor raising the children entitles her to a fairer outcome. Janelle, on the other hand, has possibly been the most devastated because, in contrast to Christine, who emotionally left Kody years ago, she was financially tied to the family structure, contributing her income and credit toward homes, moves, and debts. Now, in the cold light of this will, she is faced with the reality that her decades of sacrifice amount to almost nothing in terms of the law. According to an insider, This has left her crying in court and even more determined to publicly call Kody out for what she now perceives to be financial betrayal under the guise of love. Fans have taken to Janelle, calling for TLC to give her a spin-off to highlight her rebuilding process and to grant her the financial independence that Kody denied her through the will. Despite being quieter, Mary's response may be the most haunting because, as the first wife, she gave up years of her life because she thought she had a special place in Kody's heart, only to have that position erode in favor of Robyn. Now, her name being reduced to a near afterthought in the will is like a knife twisting old wounds, but those close to her say she is strangely at peace, as though this final betrayal is what she needed to cut the last emotional ties and move on fully. Despite this, Mary has reportedly contacted financial advisors about protecting her in business and making sure Kody cannot in any way claim it, indicating that even though she may not want to fight for Coyote Pass, she will fiercely guard what little she has left. The backlash against Kody and Robyn has been intense. Courtroom attendees have described them as silent and stoic during the reading of the will, but Robyn was reportedly crying afterward, not because of the unfairness, but because of the public reaction. She was worried that people would call her manipulative, greedy, and undeserving again. Kody reportedly tried to soothe her by telling her that this is just noise, but fans are not buying it. Social media is ablaze with posts pointing out that Kody has always defended Robyn no matter what, so it makes sense that he would draft a will that prioritizes her and her children, thereby validating years of suspicion that she was his only true wife. Industry rumors indicate that TLC executives are frantically attempting to determine whether to capitalize on this drama or distance themselves from it. This is because, although the courtroom drama may generate record-breaking ratings, it also runs the risk of alienating viewers who might view the show as a heartbreaking tale of exploitation and favoritism rather than a quirky examination of plural marriage. Some speculate that the network may decide to give spin-offs to the ex-wives, particularly Christine and Janelle, while excluding Kody and Robyn, who might be viewed as irreparable. Since the Browns were never financially united, and a large portion of the property was acquired through shifting arrangements of LLCs, trusts, and joint loans, fans are arguing over the will's legality. If Christine and Janelle can demonstrate that their money was used to buy the land and that verbal promises of division were made on television, effectively creating a public record of intent, they may be able to challenge the will and possibly start a legal battle that lasts for years and keeps the family involved long after the cameras have stopped. This generational divide may cause long-lasting rifts as the older Brown children, like Maddie, Aspen, and Michael T., express support for their mothers while also acknowledging that their father's actions have once again prioritized one branch of the family over the others. The Browns' children are also responding, with some reportedly outraged at their father's choices and others, especially Robyn's children, quietly grateful but silent in public. The emotional toll of the secret will cannot be overstated because, for many of the wives, it is not just about losing money or land. It is also about finally putting in writing what they have always suspected, that Robyn was always the favored one, that Kody never saw them as equals, and that their decades of loyalty were ultimately disposable. With this will, that favoritism is now codified into unavoidable legal language, forcing them to face not only the breakdown of their marriages but also the breakdown of the very narrative they told themselves as to why they had put up with polygamy in the first place. The only thing that is certain is that the courtroom bombshell has permanently changed the course of Sister Wives, turning it from a reality show about unconventional love into a warning about power, betrayal, and the perilous illusions of family unity when one person holds all the power. Fans are divided on what will happen next. Some think the wives will band together to legally challenge Kody, finally standing together as allies after years of division. Others think Christine, Janelle, and Mary will each pursue justice in their own ways, but never fully reconciled. Even though the Browns had originally envisioned constructing homes on Coyote Pass, the area is now a battlefield where their last conflict will take place, and the secret will is the weapon that set everything off.